Warriors fans, welcome to day 1 of focusing on RiverClan's newest leader, Misty Star. If you didn't know, Misty Star is Blue Star and Oakheart's daughter, making her half ThunderClan and half RiverClan. Blue Star had to give up her kit so that she could serve as clan deputy, and prevent Thistleclaw from taking the role. The scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is of Blue Star waking her kits and telling them that today they're going to be playing a special game called Secret Escape. I'll read this to you now. It's at the beginning of chapter 41 in Blue Star's prophecy. Wake up. Come on, Moss Kit. Open your eyes. Bluefur gently shook her kits one by one, and I watched as they stretched, trembling, and opened their sleepy eyes. Stone Kit yawned. Is it dawn? Not yet, Bluefur murmured. So we have to be quiet. We don't want to wake anyone up.
What's the matter?
Misty Kit squeaked. Hush. Blue Star looked anxiously at White Eye's nest. Running Kit was fidgeting in his sleep. She wrapped her tail around her kits, quieting them until Running Kit lay still, and then whispered, "We're going to play a game, but you have to be very, very quiet." Stone Kit was wide awake now, blinking in the darkness.
What game?
It's called Secret Escape. Bluefur made her eyes bright, forcing herself to look excited. She felt as though she was in a dream, and nothing she said or did was really happening. Misty Kit jumped to her paws.
How do we play?
It's an adventure, Bluefur explained. We pretend that ShadowClan has invaded the camp. We have to escape without being seen, and meet our clanmates at Sunning Rocks.
Moss Kit stared at her with round, anxious eyes. We're leaving the camp? Stone Kit nudged her. How else would we get to Sunning Rocks? Mouse brain? But we've never been out of camp before.
Moss Kit fretted.
We're too little. I'm hungry,
Misty Kit complained. Bluefur fought off frustration prickling her nerves. Okay, she mewed softly. Let's eat first and then we'll start the game. Moss Kit, you're a big strong kit now. You'll be fine, I promise. She gave them what milk she had, which was even less than usual after so many days' hunger, and then nosed them out of the nest. Stone Kit bounced to the entrance.
I can't believe we're going out of camp.
Hush, Blue Star reminded him. If we wake any cats, we've lost the game. She scanned the clearing. No sign of life. Breath billowed from her mouth as she heard her kits behind the nursery. The air was needle-sharp cold. We're going to use the Dirt Place tunnel, she whispered, checking again that no one was around to see them. That's what we'd do if we were really sneaking out of camp. Blue Star, are you telling your kids how to sneak out of camp? I mean, that's what you're doing with them anyways, but you're not setting a very good example. She hurried them out the narrow tunnel and out past the bush that covered the Dirt Place.
Misty Kit wrinkled her nose. Stinky!
And I think I'll save the rest of this scene for a possible Stonefur's week, because he kind of shines more in the rest of this scene, going ahead of the group and stuff like that. It's sad that Blue Star had to give up her kits. Mistyfoot, Stonefur, and Moss Kit would have been great ThunderClan warriors, and perhaps even ThunderClan deputies and leaders one day. Misty Star was half RiverClan though, so she was able to make that her home too, and soon forget all about her time by Blue Star's belly, only remembering Oakhart and Greypool as her parents. I'd love to hear in the comments section down below what you think about Misty Star and her brother being raised in RiverClan. Another day, another speed paint. Welcome back to Driving with Evan. I mean, day 2 of Misty Star. Ready to dive in? Sorry, I can't resist the river puns. It's just too easy. One frustrating thing I've discovered about Misty Star's character as I've been researching her is that she has 4 kids, but nobody has any idea who her mate could be. She is a pretty important minor character, so why don't we know? Who even are the males in RiverClan in the Forest of Secrets? That's it, I'm checking the allegiances in RiverClan. Let's see. Crooked Star? Ew, no, that's her uncle. Mudfur? He's Leopard Star's dad, and he's the medicine cat. Plus, he loved Bright Sky, so definitely not him. That leaves us between Blackclaw and Loudbelly. Misty Star's children are Reed Whisker, who is a black tom with blue eyes, Perch Kit, who is also a black tom but with green eyes. Her third son, Pikepaw, is dark gray with markings like a fish's scales, with blue eyes, and her daughter, Primrose Paw, is creamy brown with white paws and green eyes. The descriptions of her kits might help us find out who the father was. So let's look at our options. Loudbelly is a dark brown tom with amber eyes. But none of the kits really look brown other than Primrose Everdeen Primrose Paw. And she might get that from Misty Star's dad, Oakheart. So I don't think it's Loudbelly. Blackclaw is my best guess. He's a smoky black tom with green eyes. And that's the same description as Perch Kit. I think it's safe to assume that Blackclaw is Mistyfoot's mate. But if it is true, I don't understand why it's not listed anywhere. Blackclaw is very strong, but quick to pick a fight, but despite that I can still see him and Misty Star together. Plus, he's very hostile when he sees ThunderClan cats with the missing kits. His missing kits. As you might have guessed, the scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is from Book 3, Forest of Secrets, when the river overflows, flooding RiverClan's camp, and the current sweeps away 2 of Mistyfoot's kits. We're drawing Mistyfoot chasing after her kits as they're being swept away. Looking back in the book, though, it seems that the clan just doesn't know where the kits went. They didn't know that the current took them. But, oh well, I'd like to imagine that it happened like this. In the book, it says that a black and gray kit are swept away and rescued by Fireheart and Greystripe, which I guess would be Perch Kit and Pike Kit. Rachel drew Primrose Kit instead of Pike Kit because I forgot to tell her that the kits had details in the book. Oops. But interestingly enough, only one of Misty Star's kits live into adulthood, Reed Whisker. Perch Kit dies before he can become a paw, and Pike Paw and Primrose Paw die before they can become warriors. The real truth is probably that the Errands just forgot about these 3 extra kits, so they killed them off, and then mentioned them again and gave them names in Misty Star's Omen. But I'd like to imagine that unknowingly it all makes sense anyways. So these are my theories. Perch Kit died soon after the flood, from the trauma and from too much water inhalation. And Pike Paw developed a nasty cold from being in the water too long, and that cold stuck with him. He was made an apprentice, but he became too weak to train and passed away. And we don't know why Primrose Paw died. Maybe poisoned fish? They did mention that was a thing that was happening in RiverClan. Later in the Forest of Secrets, Blue Star approaches Mistyfoot at a gathering and asks her how her kits are doing after the flood. Mistyfoot is taken aback, not knowing why the ThunderClan leader is suddenly talking to her. It's 'cause she's your mommy and she wants to bond. All of a sudden, randomly, out of nowhere, after all these years. Yeah, I don't know either. I'll read this scene to you now. It's on pages 197 through 198 of The Forest of Secrets. I hear you have kits, she meowed, her voice level. Are they well? Mistyfoot looks slightly surprised to be addressed by the ThunderClan leader. 2 of them were swept away in the river, she stammered. Fireheart and Greystripe saved them. I'm sorry. You must have been frightened for them, Blue Star murmured, her blue eyes soft with sympathy. I'm glad the ThunderClan warriors were able to help. Did your kits recover? Yes, they're fine now, Blue Star. Mistyfoot still seemed bewildered at being questioned so closely by the ThunderClan leader. They're all fine. They'll be apprentices soon. And I'm sure they'll make fine warriors. Blue Star mewed warmly. No, they won't. Because 3 of them died before they can be warriors. How dare you jinx me like that! I don't think Mistyfoot's kits were really fine. Perch Kit is probably dead by the time the gathering happens. But why would Mistyfoot tell that to a complete stranger? And definitely not to an enemy clan's leader. This just goes to show again, why do the cats even have gatherings if they just lie to each other all the time to appear strong? You're obviously not going to tell your enemies, oh yeah, we've been having a terrible time since the flood happened. So many cats have drowned, so many kids, it's terrible. You're not going to tell people that because that'll make you look weak. Anyways, I'd love to hear in the comment section down below what you think about my theories revolving around this speed paint. Do they make sense to you? That Blackclaw was Misty Star's mate, and that Perch Kit and Pike Paw really died from the flood? Or am I just crazy over here reading way too deep into things? Let me know what you think down below. Heyo! Welcome back to day 3 of Misty Star. The scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is of Mistyfoot receiving the terrible news from Fireheart that her best friend Silverstream has died due to complications while kidding. I'll read this scene to you now. It's on pages 240 through 242 of Forest of Secrets.
Mistyfoot, up here!
Mistyfoot's ears twitched. Moments later, she was pushing her way through the ferns beside him. What is it? She meowed, looking worried. Is it about Silverstream? I haven't seen her since yesterday.
Fireheart felt as though a bone was lodged in his throat. He swallowed uncomfortably. Mistyfoot?
He meowed.
It's bad news. I'm so sorry. Silverstream is dead.
Mistyfoot fixed him with wide blue eyes of disbelief. Dead? She echoed. She can't be! Before Fireheart could respond, she added more harshly, Did some of your ThunderClan warriors catch her over there?
No.
Fireheart replied quickly.
She was at the Sunning Rocks with Greystripe, and the kids started to come. Something went wrong. There was a lot of blood. We did everything we could, but... Mistyfoot, I'm so sorry.
Pain flooded into Mistyfoot's eyes as he explained. She let out a long, low wailing noise, her head flung back and her claws digging into the ground. No!
Fireheart moved closer to try to comfort her, and felt every muscle in her body rigid with tension. There were no words that he could say that would do any good.
At last, the terrible wailing died away, and Mistyfoot relaxed a little. I knew no good would come of it, she murmured. There was no anger or accusation in her voice, only weary sadness.
I told her not to meet Greystripe. Would she listen? And now, I can't believe I'll never see her again. Greystripe buried her by the Sunning Rocks. Fireheart told her, If you meet me there one day, I'll show you the place.
Mistyfoot nodded.
I'd like that, Fireheart. Her kits are alive, Fireheart added in an attempt to ease some of the Queen's grief.
Her kits? Mistyfoot sat up, alert again.
2 kits, mewed Fireheart. They're going to be fine.
Mistyfoot blinked, suddenly deep in thought. Will ThunderClan want them with them half River Clan?
One of our queens is suckling them, Fireheart assured her. The clan is angry with Greystripe, but no cat would take it out on the kits.
I see. Mistyfoot was silent for a while, still thoughtful, and then she rose to her paws. I must get back to camp and tell the clan. They don't even know about Greystripe. I can't imagine what I'm going to say to Silverstream's father. Mistyfoot gave Fireheart a quick look on the forehead. Thank you, she mewed. Thank you for coming to tell me. It's so sad that this is the way things had to end up. If only Silverstream had lived. It seems that Misty Star's life is just one tragedy after the other. Her mother drags her and her siblings out of the safety of ThunderClan's camp in the middle of a blizzard, and her sister Mosskit dies. She's left in RiverClan with a new foster mom. Her father Oakheart dies in battle at the Sunning Rocks. Her kits are washed away by the flood, and 3 out of 4 don't make it to be warriors. Her best friend Silverstream dies. Her foster mom is killed by Tigerstar. Her brother is killed. She learns Bluestar is her real mom, and then Bluestar dies. Her apprentice Feathertail dies tragically. Leopardstar dies. I could go on and on. It just never ends with this poor girl. Anyways, I'd love to hear in the comments section down below what you think of Mistyfoot's sorrow at losing her best friend Silverstream. I would love to get a book where it shows more of Silverstream and Mistyfoot's friendship. Wouldn't that be cool? Or even more stuff just from Silverstream's perspective. Or Mistyfoot's even. Let me know what you think down below. Hello there! Welcome back to day 4 of Misty Star. The scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is of Mistyfoot hearing the terrible news from Featherpaw and Stormpaw that her brother Stonefur has just been killed. Not in battle, but in the safety of his own camp for refusing to kill Greystripe's half-clan kits. It's absolutely awful what Tigerstar has done. Making half-clan cats suffer for being something they literally have no control over. It's not their fault that their parents broke the warrior code, and that now their loyalties are divided. This, I believe, is one of the darkest things Tigerstar does while being alive. Mistyfoot, Stonefur, Featherpaw, and Stormpaw were kept in a rabbit hole, so dark you could barely see inside. Can you imagine how scary that must have been? Fireheart, Greystripe, and Ravenpaw come to rescue them, but they were moments too late to save Stonefur. In fact, just in time to witness his gruesome death. But the 3 are able to devise a plan to outsmart the cat guarding the prisoners and lead them to freedom. I'll read you a little scene from the rescue, where Mistyfoot sees her brother's body and grieves for his loss. It's on pages 179 through 181 of The Darkest Hour. Firestar found himself in a long, narrow passage, carved out of the sandy soil.
Thick darkness engulfed him after the first few tail lengths. There was a lingering scent of the previous occupant, but it was faint and stale. Stronger by far was the fierce scent rising from the darkness. The scent of cats who had given up all hope.
Anyway, so Firestar locates Mistyfoot, Stormpaw, and Featherpaw, and he talks to them and tells him that he's going to rescue them.
Mistyfoot, we're going to take you all back to ThunderClan with us. Can you make it that far?
Once I'm out of this hole, I can make it anywhere. Mistyfoot meowed determinedly.
So can we,
Added Featherpaw.
That's great, Mistyfoot. I'm so sorry we couldn't rescue Stonefur.
Firestar began, looking for words to tell the she-cat about her brother's death.
I already know.
Yawned Mistyfoot, her voice ragged with grief. The apprentices told me. They said he died bravely.
Very bravely. All StarClan will honor him.
Firestar pressed his muzzle into Mistyfoot's fur, a gesture of comfort.
Come on. We'll make sure he didn't die for nothing. Tigerstar will not hurt you as well.
And then the cats make their way out of the hole, and as they're leaving camp, they pass by the Bone Hill, where Stonefur's body is still laying. Mistyfoot went over to her brother and bent her head to nose his fur. Outside the darkness of her prison, Firestar saw that she was as skinny and unkempt as a dead warrior, every rib showing. Her fur matted, her eyes dull with suffering.
Stonefur! Stonefur! What will I do without you?
Why does Misty Star's life suck so much? She's experienced so much pain. It doesn't seem fair. Wait a minute. This is Mapleshade's doing. Why didn't I see this sooner? Misty Star's father is Oakheart, and Oakheart's father is Shellheart. And guess who Shellheart's father is? Apple Dusk. You know, the RiverClan Tom that Mapleshade was in love with, and then he totally turned on her when she needed him most, and told her that he was having kids with another queen in RiverClan. Reedshine. Yeah, that guy is Misty Star's great-grandfather. That's why all of Misty Star's kin are dying, because Mapleshade is haunting all the descendants of Apple Dusk, which includes all the cats I named off in yesterday's Speedpaint. I'd love to hear in the comments section down below what you think of all this. Do you believe that all these deaths are Mapleshade's doing, and this is her revenge for Apple Dusk betraying her? Let me know down below. G'day, River Clam cats. What are you doing today? Getting crabby for me saying River Clam instead of clan? Stop being salty! Just let me have my prawns! Puns. Welcome back to day 5 of Misty Star. The scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is of Leopardstar pleading with Mistyfoot to become RiverClan's new deputy, asking her to fill the position of her brother, Stonefur, who was just killed by the TigerClan cats Leopardstar allowed into RiverClan. Leopardstar had allowed for the half-clan cats to be kept as prisoners, in a hole! I don't know if I would have been able to forgive Leopardstar and take the position as her deputy, but Mistyfoot is able to, for the best of the clan. Leopardstar has the Bone Hill disassembled, so I guess it's a step in the right direction. I'll read the scene to you now, where Leopardstar announces that Mistyfoot will be her new deputy to Firestar. It's on pages 310 through 311 of The Darkest Hour.
Who is the new deputy?
Firestar asked curiously. Mistyfoot, meowed the RiverClan leader, a glint in her eyes. As Firestar stared in astonishment, Mistyfoot emerged from the ThunderClan cats, followed by Featherpaw and Stormpaw. I'm going with Leopardstar, she explained, fixing Firestar with her mother's icy blue gaze. I'll always be grateful for what you did. But I'm a RiverClan cat at heart.
Firestar nodded. He had never expected Mistyfoot to change her allegiances completely from her birth clan. But, deputy, he meowed, after what happened to Stonefur?
There was deep grief in Mistyfoot's eyes, but her determination did not waver. Leopardstar asked me before the battle started, she explained. I said I'd think about it. And now I know that I have to do it, for Stonefur's sake, and for the sake of the clan.
Firestar dipped his head, respecting the hard decisions she had made. Then StarClan go with you, and may you always be a friend to ThunderClan.
I believe that Leopardstar realizes her error in judgment after Tigerstar is killed, and sees that she needs help, someone to keep her in check, which Mistyfoot does quite well. I'd love to hear in the comments section down below what you think of Mistyfoot accepting the position of deputy, even in such crazy circumstances. Would you have been able to forgive Leopardstar? Let me know down below. Greetings! Welcome back to day 6 of Misty Star. Since we left you last, Mistyfoot has been serving as RiverClan's deputy, and the position has been keeping her busy, worrying about whether Mothwing will make a suitable medicine cat, and dealing with WindClan cats on their territory. When Mistyfoot mysteriously disappears, catnapped by the Two Legs, Hawkfrost seizes the chance to replace her as clan deputy, which is not because he wants to kill Leopardstar and lead RiverClan himself, to please his dead murder McDaddy. Luckily, Mistyfoot is rescued and returned home by Squirrelpaw at ThunderClan Patrol. The scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is of Mistyfoot helping free Sasha from her cage. I'll read this scene to you now. It's on pages 108 through 109 of Dawn. Tell me everything later. Come on, we've got to get all these cats out. Leafpaw raced to the nearest cage and began pulling at the catch. Squirrelpaw turned to another, and struggled until she thought she'd be spitting out broken teeth, but the catch eventually came free, and a matted rogue Tom leapt out. Without a word, he fled from the monster and sprinted towards the woods. "You're welcome," Squirrelpaw muttered before starting on the next cage. Unfamiliar cats leaped out around her as Brambleclaw, Sorreltail, and Leafpaw worked on cages one after the other. The cages mostly contained rogues, who were gone as soon as their doors were open. Then Squirrelpaw felt a cat push her aside, heading deeper into the monster's belly, and saw Mistyfoot barging past. The RiverClan warrior made straight for the cage at the end. "Sasha!" And she began scraping at the catch with her claws. "This way works better," Squirrelpaw told her, nudging her out of the way to use her teeth. Instantly the catch opened and Sasha sprang out. "Get out of here!" Mistyfoot urged. Sasha hesitated, looking at the cages that were still closed. "I'll deal with these," Mistyfoot promised. And then Sasha leaps out of the monster and Mistyfoot continues helping open cages. But, as they say later, as soon as the last cage is opened, Mistyfoot books it out of there and makes it away safely. But Graystripe does not. Mapleshade's revenge has not caught up to Mistyfoot yet. Sad fact is that only 5 of Appledusk's descendants are still living. Mistystar and her son Reedwhisker, and Stormfur and his 2 kits Lark and Pine. They're the only survivors. I'd love to hear in the comment section down below what you think would have happened if Mistyfoot hadn't been able to return to the clan. Like what happened to Graystripe. He was deputy before he got taken. The same thing could have very well happened to Mistyfoot. Only she didn't have a nice guy like Brambleclaw to take her place. Power-hungry Hawkfrost was circling, ready to swoop in and wreak havoc on the clans. What do you think would have become of RiverClan if Mistyfoot hadn't returned at this point? Let me know down below. Hello there, welcome back to the final day of Misty Star. Today we are swimming deeper into the Warrior series than ever before, to one of the most recently written books from the Vision of Shadow series. So, if you don't want spoilers, you should know better by now. But I'll try my best to just keep it focused on Misty Star, since it is her week. Next week we'll be featuring Ragged Star, and after that the many ShadowClan leaders that follow him. Why can't ShadowClan keep a leader for more than a couple of books? Probably because most of them don't get awarded their proper 9 lives. Anyways, I'd love some ideas for Ragged Star's week. If you have any, then comment them down below. Okay, back to the present. And when I say present, I mean hot off the presses. My library book has a new I can only have it for 14 days stamp on it. Crazy how vast this series is. And it's still growing larger. I love it. So, if you've been paying attention in the Vision of Shadow series at all, you know that Darktail and his kin are really bad news for the clans. They've been running cats out of their territory and pretending to be SkyClan. They broke up ShadowClan, and now they're going after RiverClan. The scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is of Mistystar attempting to stand up to Darktail when he refuses for them to take their dead warriors away for burial. I'll read this scene to you now. It's on pages 106 through 108 of Shattered Sky.
Misty Star, Darktail began. It's time you take your mange-ridden clan out of here. This is kin territory now.
Misty Star glared at him, with hatred in her blue eyes.
We'll go, she snarled. You give us no choice, but we'll be back. Darktail flicked his tail dismissively. I'm terrified.
Misty Star called her warriors together, and those that were not so badly injured began helping the seriously wounded cats to stand, with Mothwing and Willowshine quickly packing cobwebs onto the worst of their gashes. Reed Whisker, who had leapt in to defend his leader, now lay on one side, panting with his eyes half closed. Icewing's pelt was half clawed off, her wound showing red and angry, while one of Brackenpelt's ears was shredded, and she held one forepaw off the ground as she tottered upright. Mintfur looked as though he was dead, though he let out a groan when Mothwing bent over him and laid a paw on his neck. "One moment," Darktail mewed, stepping forward. "Where do you think you're taking these cats?" "With us, of course," she replied, "so Mothwing and Willowshine can treat their injuries. The battle is over." "The wounded stay with me," Darktail hissed, his eyes dark and menacing as he gazed at Misty Star. Sliding out his claws, he added, "Unless you'd like to fight us for them." Misty Star slid out her claws in response, drawing her lips back into the beginning of a snarl. But, after a moment's hesitation, facing Darktail with her shoulder fur bristling, she took a pace back. She was considering the poor shape her clan cats were in, and her own serious wound. None of them were a match for Darktail. The rogue leader seemed to have grown even stronger in the chaos of battle. Reed Whisker raised his head, breaking the tense silence. "Leave us," he meowed to Misty Star. "It's not worth another terrible fight. We'll be okay." Misty Star hesitated for a few heartbeats more, and then seemed to realize she had no choice. "Very well," she mewed, "but none of you should worry. We'll come back for you, I promise. Meanwhile, Darktail, you should at least let us take the bodies of our clanmates for burial." Darktail's mouth twisted in mockery. "That carrion? Forget it, Fleapelt." A growl rumbled in Misty Star's throat, and her neck fur fluffed out. She was within a heartbeat of launching herself at the rogue leader. But before Misty Star could move, the elder Mosspelt stepped forward, thrusting herself between Darktail and the leader. "Don't," she mewed, her voice low and urgent. "This is what he wants." "But we can't leave our clanmates here as though they were pieces of crow food." "Our clanmates are not here," Mosspelt persisted. "We can sit vigil for them tonight wherever we happen to be. Not even Darktail can stop their spirits from traveling to StarClan." Misty Star hesitated for a moment, and then bowed her head. "You're right," she whispered, "but it breaks my heart." Darktail let out a snort, watching with a gloating expression on his face as the defeated RiverClan cats limped off towards the lake. "Feel free to cross my territory on your way to ThunderClan," he sneered. "They're weak and tender-hearted. They're bound to take you in." Misty Star did not respond, but she did lead her cats away along the lakeshore, through what once had been ShadowClan, on the way to ThunderClan. "Good riddance," Darktail growled, a look of triumph in his eyes. Turning to his followers, he added, "Gather up the prisoners. Gather them up and find a place to hold them."
That's awful! They aren't allowed to treat their injured warriors? But Reed Whisker, Misty Star's deputy and son, was injured. She can't just leave him with Darktail? And he won't let them take their dead away to be buried. That's the worst. Even in the bitterest battles, the other clans always had respect and honor for life. This is a new sort of evil. I feel bad for Misty Star that she has to lead in such a hard time. But she's strong. She's the right cat for the job. Firestar never had to deal with something like this. I'd love to hear in the comments section down below what you thought of this scene, and what Darktail said to Misty Star. How would you have reacted if you were her? And since this is her final day of Speedpaints, I'd love to hear what your favorite drawing we did of her was, and how she ranks on your list of favorite clan leaders. Let me know all that down below.